Welcome. As I said on the title, I overslept today. Actually, I woke up early, but because I didn't get enough sleep, my body was just like, nope, nope, you gotta conk out. I was like, well, I'll still wake up in time for stream, and I did not. And then had to eat and everything. So that's why I'm starting slow. Uh, if you're new, I'm Michael. Hello, this is Michael Howards. I am a digital artist of fantastic topics. I like high fantasy, sci fi, superheroes, and I do character art, full illustrations, and comics of all those. And I stream them. And so that's what we're doing today. Oopsie. Because I'm so tired, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be working on today. I have a cover to work on for this superhero comic that I finished the pages for a couple days ago. But so I might work on that cover. I'm not positive. I may also just work on random doodles and silly things. I definitely need to start with some random doodling to wake myself up and just for some enjoyment. Here's a here's a sketch I did late last night. That was a lot of fun. I was going for the prompt rotten strawberry. That was a lot of fun to just play with. Let's see. So I have a thing where I see some prompt ideas or topic ideas. Let's see, what is gentleman? I could try drawing. Uh, One for gentleman. I kind of like this pose of James Bond. I'm going to use that pose as a start. How are you doing? How's your day? Are you working? Do you have the day off? Did you also oversleep? I'm rearranging my monitor layout for a minute. You know what? I don't need to see my stream preview. Hide player. So that way I can see more things. And actually, let's put the... So I want to make it so I can see chat and also know when ads are going to be. So I just switched which sides they're on. And then over here I have, or over on the right hand side I have the reference. Thing is when on this reference, when the leg is kind of still a straight line in front, it actually sticks out a tiny bit from where his torso is. I might be making it too much. I was trying to push some of the angles of the character, but honestly it feels a bit static and stilted and weirdly proportioned. be a bit quieter this stream session. Also, that leg feels like it's very... Okay, it is way too far out. So there's this sketch. I want to see what happens if, or not what happens. I want to see if I'm able to still, using Liquify, push and pull it so that the pose feels stronger. Yep. So like the aspect of the pose that feels like the epitome of gentleman can get enhanced. I'm gonna try to take the pose and draw it with like a different set of proportions. So let's make it a small head, large torso, and like small, medium legs. Because that's one of the useful skills in art and character design, is to be able to take the idea of something and use the reference. But reinterpret it. And so, like say I wanted a gentleman who acts like James Bond, you get the James Bond feeling, but it's a halfling. But I don't want to have it feel like this guy's too tall. That's not the point at all. Like if I have the suit be extra baggy, then it'll feel like it's like a kid wearing his dad's suit. But that's not the point. The point is to just be a different, proportionally sized person. Hello, Rytek. Now what happens if I have... Uh, hmm. A big head, a small torso, or a medium head. And I'm just thinking height distances. So this will be... and then long legs. I'm playing with the different proportions while trying to keep the pose and the sense of a gentleman involved. Even if they have the same head size, their proportions are very different. Kind of like the idea of him being like a taller one. Let's see. what happens if this is like a medieval fantasy guy? So we can have the clothes be different. So now, what I'm thinking at least, is having a sense of people where it's like, they don't even wear clothes the same. So it's like, this isn't James Bond himself. That's not the look we've got. But it's like, well, what if... what if James Bond, like, existed in a fantasy world? Or it's like if your DM was like, you see this hobbit who very much, knows what he's about. You get the sense that he's very right and proper with, just a calm coolness about him. Hello, Zelda. FYI, we do have an ad starting in a minute. They go for about 2.5 minutes. You can take the time to have a break or stretch. You know what? I'll use that as a time to like look away from the screen and not say as much, so that people don't miss what's going on. I want to figure out a way to balance, having the ads, and that subscribers get a benefit because they don't get the ads, and I appreciate the support, but also not have it so that people feel like they're missing anything. I'm trying to think of that. I was watching Pirate Software Thor, and he he paused on cutscenes in Space Marine. But definitely a good time for me to take a break. See you all soon. I probably won't stop talking, but I'll make it so I'm not saying anything important. I'll try to rein in my thoughts during ad break or something. We have about a minute of ads left. Distracting myself from having to go super hard at the art. I can look over here and rest my eyes for a minute. For 2.5 minutes. It's really weird to me to do this. I'm not sure I'll stick with this, but it was an idea. I could turn it into ASMR for the subscribers. If you're subscribed and the ads are going, you get to hear me just talking directly to the microphone. But then that removes the sense of people without ads not missing anything. What do you think? I saw that Thor tries to... Oh.
Yes.
I saw that Thor Pirate Software does a thing where he seems to try to cut back, or at least make it so people who have ads don't miss anything.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
If you're playing a game.
Well, yeah, I don't think he stopped playing. But he...
Like, don't do anything, like, if you know, like, there's a big cutscene coming up, you, like, pull back a little bit. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good way to do that for here, because I was like, well, I can use it to at least rest my eyes and maybe not talk about anything important.
Yeah, if you're talking to one of your viewers.
Yeah.
And you see an ad and you know that they're not subscribed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and maybe even just stop, even if I don't know that they are or aren't, because I might not know that. But just like, I'll finish this when the ads are done.
Yeah.
And maybe keep talking or working, but less importantly, I don't know. Feels a little...
Mess up your flow.
That's a good point, too. Yeah, the flow might get messed up. But anyway, welcome back. Zelda has a good point, maybe with the flow of things. It might be good to not ruin it. But oh, see, now I've thrown off myself. Have it where it's helpful. Yeah, so maybe if I'm answering a question, I'll stop. Or if I'm about to do some big drastic change. Keep go, or stop. Anyway, here's a like a halfling gentleman. What could this next person be? The proportions seem funny. I might just start doodling on top and see where it goes, honestly. This here's a nice happy halfling gentleman. We could make this a little more severe gentleman. Kind of a raised eyebrow look. Well, that's super fine detail. So what happens if we make him like a I don't know. Eraser's too big. Some big tough guy. He's got a very intense chin there. Now I'm like a tiny bit curious as to what happens if he is just this muscle guy. I'm definitely finding myself with a lot of, I don't know what I was actually thinking I would do here. It's like I wanted to make a completely different type of character, but this is just a guy. A big muscle guy. What if he's... Is he a supervillain? Is he an orc? I'm gonna throw down some Copic marker stuff just to create little shapes that I might see or find interesting. Ooh, kind of like this shape here. It looks like a cloak. So let's tone that down. Which layer am I on? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. It's high collar. Maybe a pauldron of some sort. Line designs for big boots here. Now I feel like I'm falling back a little bit on my typical stuff. Trench coats and big boots. But even if or though that's the case, it's still a different character than this. That was the biggest part, was just seeing how to use the same pose differently. It's something else he might be having or carrying. Originally, this was supposed to be part of his job. It could be a scar. Might as well add some of the big buttons that go with that. Don't notice anything in particular standing out. I mean, the chin is fun. Nothing super interesting as a character, honestly, to me about him. I'm not sure what it could or should be. So, it was an experiment. What's today, the 18th? I think some of the idea of like just how it could be a different person still came across. I was, you know, I definitely didn't get into the character designing aspect so much, where it's like, oh, this is cool. But it was still interesting. Ugh. Hmm. There's a couple other topics I'm trying to think of how I might, use them or incorporate them. Just to have fun with the drawing. Nothing's coming to mind right this second. Although, I'm curious what happens if I start. What if I just start doing this? Sketch a person jumping. Ooh, okay, so there's a kid. There's like a kid jumping. Did I select new layer? No. Well, actual size, I think. Actual size there. Here's a happy little kid hopping. And then a different topic is Cerberus. So what happens if I have a kid jumping with a dog? Kind of what I'm thinking at this second. Jumping puppy. Oh, there's some cute little dogs. I'll be playing on, I think that there's at least what I've read online. I actually don't know how accurate it is because I don't speak like ancient Greek, but it's been talked about that it's possible that the name Cerberus basically means spot, like the ancient Greek equivalent of spot. Which part of me is like, really? They wouldn't have like commented on this as like in any ancient Greek stuff, and maybe they did. I just never. I honestly haven't read a ton of ancient Greek things, and so maybe it's something that was a well-known joke to the Greeks. Give it like a bigger head so it feels more puppy-like. Typically things will look younger with bigger heads. Of course, we'll make it little. He's like just a little puppy. Why are they both jumping? I don't know. And then I can use a couple of the different heads I see here. Or different faces of happy dogs. Hi Hans, thanks for the lurk. Thanks for the big stream last night promoting artists. Need a little bit of a bigger body just to kind of hold the three heads. But maybe he'll be like smaller. Move this paw so that we can have a better sense of. So the other head doesn't get covered. I don't know why I'm saying a better sense. It'll be a clearer silhouette, I guess. Now it looks like a pig. What does... Who owns Cerberus? Is it Hades? Monstrous watchdog of the underworld. Oh, one guy said he had 50. Serpent's tail. Is Cerberus a good dog or a bad dog? Let's see. Quickly seeing. It has been claimed to mean spotted, but apparently some people argue with that. Hades. Serapis. Hades is a place and the Greek underworld, or it's the deity and the place, I believe. So I'm trying to see if there's a description of what he theoretically looked like to try to work that into artistic representations infrequently. Oh, Greeks were afraid of him. Okay. Not strict guidelines when representing the deity. Poetry, dark beard, throne. Two-headed pitchfork. It's kind of what is often used. Okay. Cornucopia, a key, and a little pitchfork. It's kind of funny. Pitchfork seems like more torturous, but it's like more of like a scepter weapon, it sounds like. A bident? Bident? Oh, bident. Like trident, bident. Okay. I'll try to make it look like a little kid toy. had a key around his neck. If it was... What did ancient Greek keys look like? Ancient Greek key. Never even think of... No, like the lock. Okay. History of keys. Huh. Ancient key. History of keys, ancient key. Huh. I'm having a hard time finding what really looks like super old stuff, so I'm gonna just kind of... We could try to make it a little more looking like its own thing. I wonder if he like holds it a little differently, if it look like he's about to throw it. Yeah. Hans Half-Elven, thank you for the Prime subscription. Really appreciate it. 5 months. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, you had a stream last night where you were drawing. I almost said elfin. Half-Elven. Elven. Hans was doing a really nice thing to like have fun, you know, drawing people's characters for them, and then promoting more indie professional artists. So thanks for doing that. He does a lot to help and promote his community and just and the streamer RPG communities in general. I feel like that's a weird... Something about the proportions of this face don't feel like a kid, but... In and out lurking. Baby duty right now. Totally fair. I get it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Hope the baby does okay today. How long have I been going for? An hour? Wow. Want to... Honestly, right now, I feel like I want to have some sort of... Oh. Bless my soul. What was I saying? That I want to try to build this to have like interesting shapes. Right now this is a fun concept, but I don't feel like... thank you. Like super enthralled with the drawing itself. And I don't know if right now I should just think about and focus on developing shapes. It's also a matter of, like, let's see, is there anything that lacks clarity? Start building some of those parts up then. Oh, less obviously indented parts of the face. I think because kids have like a little more fat, and so all the angles of their face are a little more smoothed out than on a adult. Then we'll have a little hand there. Hello, V Otherkin Wonders on YouTube. How are you doing today? Make it look like a hand, even though it's cartoony. It just needs to read as a hand. It doesn't have to be photo accurate at all. In fact, I know it will not be. Also, it's been a bit since I started today. For anyone who's joining us for the first time, hi, I'm Michael. I do digital art of fantastical topics and themes. So, sci-fi, superheroes, fantasy. Right now I'm just doing a sketch of Cerberus and Hades to go with a couple drawing prompts on various things I'm part of. Trying to warm up, I overslept. Let's see, The Otherkin Wonders says, I'm doing good, but I'm nervous because I'm sharing my OC's lore with my class and my friends. Ooh. Well, good for you. I understand being nervous when you're sharing something like that. It's pretty personal. What's your OC's lore? And are you using it for an assignment? Or is it just, with your classmates? My OC's lore is not that nice. Oh. Is it tragic or problematic? Let's see. So he'll have this little skirt thing. And so it would be draping down like this. It would be going like this. And it has to... spreading out. I'm sharing the lore because I'm going to be posting about her and her family. Okay. Posting online? And are you showing people you know for feedback before you post it online? Like kind of a, here's what I'm going to be putting up? Or are you thinking, yeah, I guess I'm not, lore's more on the gore side. Ah, okay. I remember when I had there was a friend I was doing writing with in high school, and there was one time when they finally wrote like a backstory, and it was pretty gory. There was a super intense set of scenes. Kind of just like a, here's my OC, tell me what you think kind of thing. Okay. Name is Charlie. Fun. Well, I hope it goes well. Is it an OC you've made for writing or for an RPG or just because you had the character idea? There's so many ways that people come up with OC. Sometimes I just, I'm drawing and come up with one. Other times it's like for a project or a game or something. All right. So I've got most of the basic concept down, so now I can spend a little time refining it. Their design and clothing is based off of me and my style. Okay. Well, I hope sharing it with people goes well. An OC that I made up so I can let people know about my life. Most of her lore is made up, but some parts are real and things I've experienced in my life. Yeah, that makes sense with making characters to express things. It also makes it much more nerve wracking. It's basically for comfort and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, I am having an ad start in a minute. I'll stop answering the chat so that people with ads can still hear the answer. So I'll finish once the ads start, or after the ads start. But it definitely makes sense that it would be nerve-wracking to be sharing that since it's so personal. Like people just sharing their art can have a hard time when it's quote unquote just their art. But when it's so personal, it makes a lot of sense to be nervous. So those of you on Twitch that will be getting ads, first off, thank you for sticking around through them. It helps me out if you do. They're 2.5 minutes long, and yeah, I won't be answering anything important. Your art looks really nice. Thank you. Thank you, Cat Person. Per son. That's fun. We are having a Twitch ad break, so again, I'll not be answering chat directly for just a couple minutes so that they don't miss anything. Right now, ads finish? They did. Anyway, welcome back. Let's see, to finish talking with the other Waken Wonders. Either way, I'm still excited because I put her lore in Discord. Good. Have a good day. I hope the lore sharing goes well. And you have a good rest of your day. So right now I'm wanting to make it so this last puppy ear set doesn't look like it's coming from, so it doesn't line up weird with this part of the neck. Bye. Something about this one still looks almost pig-like, maybe because it was so long. And so I want to have it so the shapes come at different angles to the... So here's this chin, I want it to go kind of away. I think it was that little bit of extra chin that made it look pig-like. It looked kind of fat. So, getting rid of that seems to have helped. Also, this one kind of looks like a pig snout, too. I think it's just because it has to do with the angles that I used. Hello, Alidi. Welcome. You put a lot of thought and detail into drawings. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. Yeah, I try to find ways to have it tell the story. Also, I enjoy drawing details, so when I can do them, it's nice to do. That's part of the training I've had over the years is ways to think while drawing. Oh, that's... and ways that help it look better or tell the story I want to tell better. Do you draw? Thank you, Elodie. That's a nice drawing. Thank you. Yeah, using it is kind of my warm-up and just having fun part of the day. Yes, you draw? Cool. What type of stuff do you like to do? Let's see. Alidi says, mostly drawing anime and animals in my style. Very nice. And Cat Person says, I like to draw cats. Well, that makes sense with your nickname. Those all sound like great things to draw. Especially if you like them. Definitely enjoy what you draw. Try to draw things you like or want to do. I also like drawing animals. I've been meaning to do more of them lately. Alright, so this part doesn't feel quite right. It looked too like solid and weirdly shaped, whereas this kind of flows. There, that feels a little better. And then this one, I want to have it so the hair kind of feels like it's going up from jumping. And has little variation. Trying to get a nice dark haired curly hair feel. Ality says, I like to draw cats too because of a book I was reading. Nice. Is it you read a book about cats and like to draw it? Or it was a book about how to draw cats and so you like it? I remember I used to read how to draw books all the time, and there was like how to draw Toy Story was one I had. How to draw Star Trek things was one I had. So they were things I already liked, and it was nice that there were books that talked about drawing them. A book about life of cats, and I saw a lot of fan-made cats. Cool. Trying to remember which of these was supposed to be body and which was supposed to be fabric. Let's do this is fabric. This one is fabric. You know, although I like cats, I have a few chickens. Really? I have never owned chickens. I have had some friends that have chickens, and I've definitely been around them before, but I have never owned chickens. That's fun. I guess I could have done something to make it a little more obvious that this is like a Greek god. I was just focusing on making him look like a happy kid playing with his dog. You know what? That's the story. That's all I needed. It doesn't need to be more obvious than that. So, never mind. For a second, I was like, oh, I should have done this. And it's like, no, what I wanted to do was this. That could be a way to do the drawing a different time with, I don't know, a halo. How do you show what a Greek god looks like without like all the other stuff? But because I've got these things that are part of what this Greek god supposedly carried and his famous dog, I think it'll show the idea. What's good, bud? Hey, Booze Bear. Welcome. Just hanging out and working on the art stuffs. How about you? Looks good. I'm okay. Finally have a day off. Thank you. And good. A day off is great. Finally implies that it takes a while. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you enjoy it. Get some good rest. Chickens are so sweet, says Elodie, and Cat Person says, sometimes they jump into your lap? Really? I agree with Elodie. That's adorable. I didn't know they would jump into your lap. So we're going for an hour and 38 minutes. When do we next have a break or an ad break? In 32 minutes? Momentarily I'm gonna step away to use the restroom for a second. My sense of what time of the day it is all thrown off because I fell back asleep after getting up. I was exhausted. I had only had, I think, like 5 hours of sleep. Couldn't fall asleep last night, and so then I fell back asleep for like a nap, and that took longer than I meant it to. And so now I started like an hour and a half late, I think, compared to when I normally stream. So my my sense of the time is out of whack. So even as I'm saying that, I don't actually know what time it is. I'm gonna look at the clock in a second, but I'm busy with this. The hyperfocus has become real. It is 3:03. Oh, okay. Yeah, geez. Normally I end up in about an hour. I'll probably go a little longer. Ugh. 100 minutes? 100 minutes of what? Oh, that's how long I've been going. Fair. Isn't time different by everyone? There are certainly different time zones. And so, yeah, that's true that time is a little different for everyone. I didn't even know what time it was for me. And I'm trying to tighten up so these lines are a little bit cleaner. So it's easier to tell what's going on. Hi there, friend, says Zelda. For how many years do you draw? I have been drawing, well, really for like 30, well, total? 36 years or so. So, since I was a little tiny kid, and then I've really been working at it harder since I was wow, you're old. Yeah, thanks, babe. I am. I started practicing more when I was probably about 16 or so. So, probably about 31 years is the answer. Do you prefer drawing on paper or online? I like both for different things. I do a lot more drawing on my tablet, like I'm doing here. It's easier to change things and like undo. And then I don't have to worry about, like, if I'm coloring, I don't have to worry about getting paints everywhere or anything like that. I do like the feel of drawing on paper a lot, like with textures, like the feel of drawing on paper. I do like that with like pen and ink on paper. So it depends on for what I'm doing with it. Oh, it's the eraser, not the pen. I was like, why isn't it drawing right? Let's give Cerberus here some spots. How long do you usually draw online? Oh, do you mean how long do I stream? Like how long do I stream every day, or like just how long do I spend drawing on my tablet? Not sure I understand. So, just clarify. Yeah. Sorry. Could you say which one? I'm not sure. Also on tablet. I try to stream for like 4 hours a day. At least on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Depending, I sometimes do it more or less, depending on the day. And then on my tablet, you know, that's mainly what I draw with, so same amount of time or more, because I draw when I'm not streaming also. I'm sorry for to confuse you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Misunderstandings can happen with you. Yeah, misunderstandings happen. I don't mind. How do you say his name? Cerberus. Hades. S-E-R. S-E-R-B. E-R-U. What's today? 9/18. All right. I am going to step aside for a minute to use the restroom. I will be right back. Hello from the other side. Zelda went to YouTube. Is this a betrayal or just a clever switch? I don't know. Hello. Anyway, be right back. Hello, I have returned. Dogs are better, bro. Oh wait, there's all this stuff. Bro, OMG. Dogs are better. Our users matched perfectly. Dogs are better and cat person. You got DC? I actually don't know what that means. So I'll undo all that. So there's those sketches that I did today, kind of just warming up and having fun. Also, whoop, why is it? Oh, it's on the wrong layer. Dogs are better. Look, I don't know if you could see it before. With oh geez, with the BRB symbol on it, but here's a dog. And then let's actually, I want to make this just a little bit darker. I don't know, so it can stand out. It felt a little plain over there. Dog. Oh, I do have a Discord. Yes. Thank you. Apologies. Good question. I do have a Discord. It is Cerberus. Cerberus, the three-headed dog. Although I was, when quickly looking up research for this, apparently some versions had him have, like, 9 or more heads. Yeah, join the Discord. If your art is safe for work, you can post it in. There's a couple channels, one for finished art and one for like sketches and things. So yeah, that's Cerberus and Hades. I think 9 heads, right? Actually, let me double check. I think it could have been even more. 50 heads. Some of them had 50 heads. Sometimes he has 50 heads, 3 of which were dogs, the rest being the heads of other beasts. Oh geez, one guy gave him 100 heads. However, later writers almost universally gave Cerberus 3 heads. Except for Horus, who had him have a single dog head and 100 snake heads. So, he's a creepy hellhound. But I made him a cute puppy. Because that was fun. That is a lot. Big monster dog. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I think I want to work on this drawing for the remainder of stream. Copy. So now I'll put it in its own image. Actually, I'm going to delete that one. And I'm going to make it a bigger version. So it's the same proportions as if it was 8 by 10, like a piece of paper, but I'll make it like double the size. And then I can put extra detail in if I want. I don't think I need a ton of detail, but just so it's better at a better size. Dogs are better, says, should I draw? Because I can. Definitely draw. If you want. I think it's good if people draw if they can. And I want to encourage everyone to. And even if they, you know, it's like if you want to. Don't worry about if you can, per se. Just if you want to do it. I realized I need to make it so she's a little smaller on it so that the text can all fit around her. And then so we can have some... Exactly, go for it. Some little Helldiver pods coming through the atmosphere. I think I'm going to remove this piece from my playlist. Modify memory. It's not one of my favorite ones. Remove from playlist. Remove song. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to go back to the... deciding if this is the size of the image I want. Let's add text. Add text. Whole thing, and then I'll pull up this. I'll make it so it's all caps. I feel like I want edit text. I don't quite like that font. Yeah, I think it's better a little wider. Hey, soldier. Did I spell soldier right? That's one of those words where I'm now staring at it. It's like, that's not how you spell that word. You look at a word long enough, or with the different font. If you change fonts, it's like, wait, that doesn't look right. Wait. Okay, let's move this one down. And then I'm gonna edit that text. Wait, is it not working? Make a cool poster for Helldivers and Baldur's Gate. It's just mixing with it. Why is it not working? I feel like that makes her too small. I don't like having her be small like that. So let's try shrinking these ones. Let's Helldive? Do you think that would work? I was trying to think of a way that might be said, like, you know, in the other one you said being, like, how would Karlach say it? And, not being too on the nose. I mean, I'm trying to be on the nose because the whole idea is very on the nose. But hey, Radiant Fairy, how are you doing? It's just not catchy. Okay, yeah, I get that. What about Let's Dive? Should it just be let's dive and it's implied that it's hell? Because I wanted the idea of hell because Karlach. It seemed funny. Let's hell dive. Okay, how are you? I'm doing well. Hello, Pembe. I'm not sure how to... I don't know how to read those words. Sachide? Hello. Alright, Elodie. Gotta go. Have a great day. Bye, I hope it's good. Should be let's take hell? Give them hell? Ooh! Give them hell? Hey. I'll have a great day too. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you again. I also don't really like the proportions on this. 8x10. I was thinking to make it so it could be something that could be printed. But... oh, that should be apostrophe also. Let's... We do have a ads starting on Twitch in a minute. So if there's any comments or anything in chat during that, I won't answer it till the break's over so no one misses the answer. Oops. I'll probably keep doodling just so I don't lose my flow. But I'll try to make it so there's nothing super important missing. Edit text. Let's see, what font size is this? Come on. A. Size 130. Let's see. 130. Done. And then I'll make this one also 130 so it's the same. Or at least until I make one bigger or smaller. Because I might want to make one bigger. Like Hey Soldier, because that's... Oh, cancel. No! All the undos. One, 3, 0. Done. feel like the cape weighs her down a little bit heavy on this side. But what happens if we put the cape on the other side? Okay. Okay. Whoa, it's so pretty. Thank you, Elisete, Franz, Eli. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll merge that. Homeschooling is so boring. Oh, are you homeschooling kids or are you being homeschooled? I was homeschooled, and yeah, it can be boring, but definitely make the best of it you can. And um, yeah, hopefully you get to learn some of the subjects you like. Gaming Coconut, hello. This is so good. Bro deserves more. Thank you. need to figure out what exactly Avernus looks like in BG3 so that I can have this be accurate. Okay, so there's the sketch layer. Make it blue and shrink it a little bit, or lighten it a little bit so it doesn't stand out. And then I'm gonna go in with a red ink so that it stands out as different while not straining my eyes. What are you drawing? I am working on a drawing of Karlach from Baldur's Gate 3 as a Helldiver from Helldivers 2. Because I enjoy doing crossovers like that, and it seemed funny to me. Hey, J Cowboy Dan. Hello again. Hey, wanted to come in and see what you're working on. Well, thanks. Yeah, working on a video game crossover set. What are you all up to today? Let's dive. Hell dive. Exactly. Hey, boy animates. Thanks for chatting. I feel like she's just a little too big for the... A little too big on it. I want to make sure the arrangement of everything feels correct. Oh, and so this is a fun thing. If I go to the actual size, this is how big it really is. But I was just showing stuff that are, you know, at a zoomed out level, so I can focus on the big picture. So now I'm pulling up my reference board to make sure I can draw things accurately if I feel like I need to look at them. Honestly, I want to look a little bit at this drawing of Karlach. Alright, so I'm going to lock the sketch layer, meaning I can't work on it, because sometimes I'll accidentally draw on the wrong layer, and it makes everything hard. And then I'll turn on so the eraser's the same. I'm not sure if this... Something about the pen. I kinda like it, but it's a little, I don't know, wobbly. Maybe it's because I can't go over it with multiple strokes as much. And then I'm going to tell it to have a reference. So this lets me see the picture all zoomed out while I'm working close up. Cowboy Dan says, I'm making YouTube thumbnails for a show I'm part of tonight. Fun. What's the show? Hey, Brawl Ronpa. is Procrastinating Across the Ocean, my friend Jesse Hellwheeler kind of a demo. Demo of what? Love the Broken Horror, sweet. Thank you, sweet. Right this second, I'm actually going to tell it to have a drawing guide and make it be symmetrical, which should... Drawing assist. Make it so that it'll draw the details the same on both sides of her face. So that tends to make people more attractive. You like wolves? I do like wolves. Wolves are really cool. And I like the kind of the the giant dog aspect of them, but also the teamwork. Cowboy Dan says, it is a variety talk show. She is from the UK and me US. So we will talk about some of our life differences and other things that are US versus UK. Ooh, that's cool. Procrastinating across the ocean. Okay, that's a fun idea. I have friends. Oop, now I can turn off the... Well, in a second, I'll turn off the... shoot, what's the word? The symmetry tool. And then it'll only draw on one side again. But I do want to actually like draw her chin in. So I'll turn off the drawing assist. I feel like the face is a little low. And honestly, a little bit wide. So I can squish it in. And then her eyes should be just a little bit closer together. Maybe bigger, honestly. Yeah, right now that doesn't quite feel like Karlach. My cat got sick. I hope she gets okay soon. Oh man, yeah, I hope so too. Sick cats are never fun. I don't like it when my animals or any animals are sick or not feeling good. I hope your cat will feel better soon. Yeah, exactly. Oh. Oh, okay. No, that's right. For a second, I was like, why have I only been streaming for 2.5 hours? Because I woke up late. Pretty sure this one will end up being another, like almost a sketch layer. I'll use this to figure out exactly details that I need to fix. But this is an interesting stage because I discovered the things where it's like, oh, I think I sketched this out enough, and then it's where I see issues where it's like, oh, I do want to understand this part a little more to accurately draw it. So like the armor she's got going on, I didn't quite think of it in full 3D terms yet, which isn't bad. You know, that's why I was already prepared that this would be another sketch layer, because it needs more understanding on my part to draw it cleanly. I've always wanted to be an artist since I was around 3. Yeah? Do you like to, or what? So, yeah, you said that you like drawing cats and you learned from anime, so that's good. If I'm remembering correctly. When you say be an artist, what do you mean? Because if you're drawing, you are an artist. Or do you mean where that can be your job? Because that's definitely a cool thing to want. I'm not even there yet. I get some income from it, but not enough to not have another job. Like a person who sells their art. Oh, okay. Yeah. I do that. Have you been able to sell anything yet? Only to my sister, lol. I'll give it time. I hope you're able to do a lot more in the future. Bay says, I draw too. We are thinking of opening a YouTube channel with my friends, but we aren't quite sure yet. Do you have any advice? What are you not quite sure about? Also, good for drawing. Glad to hear it. Without knowing like what you're unsure of, my advice would be, yeah, go for it. Don't expect to get a huge amount of traction. Like, I've had this channel for a bit, but I only like just start going live. So figure out what you want the channel to be and do. Is it just to share your art? Is it to get business? If if it's just to share your art and have fun, then yeah, I'd say go for it. I've been hearing a lot of, a standard piece of advice is, if there's something you're interested in doing, you should, definitely try it. And YouTube is free, so it's not like, you're wasting money to start the idea. Because being responsible is probably what, or making sure you have enough funds is probably the biggest thing. But you don't really need to worry about that with YouTube. Little self-confidence thing. Ah, yep. I understand that. So I'd say it's probably a good thing to do while knowing that you might not get a lot of reaction or notice for a while. And that's okay. It doesn't have to do with how good or interesting as a person you are. It's like, because there's so many things that might be involved, like timing or luck or anything. So, keep doing it. Look at your own stuff. See what you like. What you wish you could do better. Things like that. I would also say I'm not like a great person to ask advice for, at least if you're trying to get a great business going or anything like that. Because I haven't yet had a ton of luck with that. But I could definitely, still give thoughts and things. Or if it's just about, about art in general, that I can certainly talk about. Time is it? It is 4:16 for me. I'm liking how this is coming along. I'm definitely seeing things that I want to tinker with, but I don't have a sense of, oh, this is a bad idea. Something I've learned about self-confidence, and I'm still learning, is that often the thing, you don't need to worry about it. Like, there's so often a feeling of, I'm not ready for this. And some things that's true, like if it's something where you like need training, or the safety is involved, you definitely need to keep like what your own capabilities are in mind, and try to be very accurate with that. But if it's things like hobbies, you don't need to be good at the thing. And so you can just play with it and have fun. And you'll learn as you go. So, um, I get having self-confidence issues. Um, I still do all the time. But so much of the time it's just fear or my own self holding me back. Cat person says, not gonna lie, in my opinion, you gave some pretty good advice. Well, thank you. I certainly am trying to. I'm also just wanting to be forthcoming in, you know, got to try it for yourself. And especially since I don't know circumstances, I can't give advice. I mean, I'm not sure anyone can give advice guaranteed to help with anything. But oh, we do have an ad starting in a minute on Twitch. So Twitch users who are here, who will get the ad, thank you. Maybe take the time to stretch and look away from your screen. I'll do a little bit of that. I need a break from staring at this for a second anyway, also. And if there's any questions in chat, I'll wait to answer it till they're done so you can get back and not worry about missing anything. If I can help it. There might be a couple little changes to what was showing on screen when you get back, but hopefully nothing too vital. Let's see how this is looking right now. All right. Feel like something about her, like her nose needs some work, and maybe having it be a little less just perfectly symmetrical. And then I'll want to do like line variation all over, but for now, that's definitely a good start. Nailing down things. Gonna look away from my screen for a minute. Good time to stretch. Stretching, stretching, moving around. Oh, advice for art people. Oh wait, nope. I have to wait till ad stop. Ad on Twitch so everyone can hear it. Hmm. Okay, so supposedly the ad is done. One piece of art advice is try to make sure you have good posture and don't hold your pen too tight, and take breaks when you need it. Those are some pieces of advice I know I can give. If you're drawing digitally, make sure to look away from your screen sometimes. Draw from reality when you can. If you like styles, definitely imitate and copy them. Like for a long time, like I've loved comic stuff, but then I got focused on trying to draw things realistically, and that's made it hard for me to learn how to be stylized later on. And if you want to draw realistically, that's fine too. But it's good to, if you see stuff you like in like art styles, try to draw that or figure out what you like about it. Be willing to learn other things too. Don't only draw manga is probably a good idea. But don't stress out about it if you really like that and that is what you tend to do. I know that there's sometimes people that are like, don't draw anime or manga. And it's like, no, don't tell people that. A better piece of advice, I think, would be, try drawing in other things sometimes so that you can better learn and understand everything that goes into the drawing and not just copying a style, but drawing like that is fine. Let's see, so this would be bunched up. Yeah, here's definitely a part I didn't quite think out exactly what was going to happen. So now I'm getting a little confused in what I'm trying to do. So the idea is this is where the upper skirt is kind of bent down over her leg and knee. But I think I'm having it start too low, so it doesn't even feel like it belongs with where her hip is, or leg joint. So I'm going to grab those parts and move them up. Because, yeah, those should be like here, based on where the bend of her leg is. And this part looks a little too angular, so it looks more like armor. I want it to curve because it's falling over her leg. It's fabric. The interesting thing about fabric is sometimes it does look almost like a more solid isn't quite the right word. It looks harder. It looks less flexible than it can be, like if you're drawing it. Like if you focus only on it trying to be looking like flowy, it might not actually look right. Cat person, your attention to detail is priceless. It's personally really hard for me to do that. LOL. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. What do you find hard about it? Is it trying to think of reasons there might be. Is it not sure what detail to add? Or just taking the time to figure it out? Okay, I think something's off now. That's that. I mean, depending on what it is, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but it is something I dealt with. Is be willing to undo or erase a thing if you need to do something to fix a piece. Like there's times like if you can tell something's wrong, try to figure out what it is. Just really hard to tell what to do and where to do it when something looks wrong. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get that. One thing that can help is I haven't done it enough on this piece is flip. In fact, I forgot about it till now. Is flipping your canvas. That sometimes helps you see where something is having issues because you're seeing it from a different angle. Like just now, I saw that this arm piece, it's like, oh, it shouldn't be, you wouldn't see that side of it. Ugh. And I don't like how I drew that just now. Try not to take just the easy way to do something. If there is an easy way to do something, definitely do it. Don't feel like it has to be hard. But if, like, you try a fix and it doesn't work and you're like, nope, that's still not right, try to fix it again. Yeah, look at references. If something doesn't feel right, it's totally okay to look at something that might tell you how it should be drawn. And I'm like, why is breastplate not extending all the way? It doesn't need to be this super thick piece either. Oh wait, okay, hold on. And see, right now I was seeing that this angle that I was trying to make doesn't quite match, so I was like turning it too soon. I don't think we even need to see the turn, because it won't be till it gets past like part of her arm that it would start turning. So it needs to start lower. Be like that. No. Well, and this piece doesn't show a curve. This should honestly, based on this one at least, kind of more just wrap around. I'll probably tinker with those. Now this leg, something feels a little off. It has to do with how the folds are happening where she bends her leg. Oh, so one thing is I'm seeing that these folds are aiming down, like these lines. That doesn't make sense. They would actually be, because the fabric is mainly bunching up around where her leg is bending, which is like here. They would be kind of curving or aiming up. At least loosely. And like you were saying, I couldn't figure out what was up with it, but it's because of that. The angle was wrong. At least that's part of it. This fabric honestly doesn't quite feel like it's over the leg. It feels like it's weirdly floating above it. So if I can reduce some of that, I think it just looks a little too thick on the leg. And then, honestly, would probably... Well, I don't know if probably. It might fall over the leg, it might not. It might honestly fall down on the other side if her leg is like holding it up. Oh, it would not, even if it is over her leg like this, it wouldn't be, well, it did change a little bit, but it wouldn't like hang the same distance like down her knee because the leg would lift it up. So let's see. This should probably be moved a little tiny bit back. Maybe even... What happens if I chop that so it looks more... don't quite like that. Sometimes you also just got to move on to something else. It's like, okay, that leg part is messing with me. I know it needs fixing. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Something is off, but I'm not sure what. was like this and it's here, she's going to have a bit more of the armor plating. Like here. And in fact, I'm going to try to make it so it doesn't look like it's either of these lines from the axe going into it. So it'll be something like this. I'll want to change here because right now there's tangents of where tangents is where some lines get way too close together in weird ways. So the corner of this gauntlet crosses right over with this, so it just gets a little confusing. So I want to like move this part down, and honestly I'll probably like make it so that's bigger or smaller. So that's all an area that needs fixing. And so some of these are, like these corners are way too close together. Change that also. So lots of stuff to work on in future. I am going to be wrapping up in about 10 minutes, I think. And then we'll raid someone, at least on Twitch. It's just a quick getting rid of that so we can see better what it's going to look like. And then I don't want the cape to like match exactly where that is. Okay, so curving it a little bit more like that makes it feel a little better. If it was as I had it before, it's like, hey, look, it matches her leg like identically. So I'm going to curve it out a little bit. I'm going to curve it up here and curve it down there. It's still kind of close, honestly. Let's see. Oh, and we wouldn't see the axe handle there. Because oh wait, actually we might. It's a cape. That's from her cape. So probably, yeah, it would be behind the axe. See, that's all a little... That's a problematic spot. It's creating weird tangents and like you're not sure which part belongs where. So I'm gonna not do that for now. And I didn't like how the tail here kind of curve in here. It looked almost like it became part of the cape. So the cape or the tunic. So the tunic would be a tangent with her tail. So I'm gonna like lower that so it matches a little bit more where the tunic goes behind her leg anyway. And then this one's iffy. Where this part goes together. There's lots of little lines in there, so it gets clumped. And then the cape, I was seeing this. It's like if the cape is like right here, it almost looks like the tail just flows into the cape. And I don't want that, so I'm going to make it more obvious by... So if it was like curvy like this, it's like, wait, which line goes where? If it's a sharper angle like this, it makes a little more sense. And then, of course, there's now this sharp angle on the other side, too. And there we go. Now we have a cool cape. A couple parts of it could use some work because they don't look like they're flowing right into the where they belong. Some of trying to do that, I think, made the angles feel weird. There's certain shapes that definitely look better than others. I also might just be overthinking it just a bit. I don't like that bend where it goes in, though, so I'm going to make it so it's like this. Get some nice bullet holes and tears going on. You know, every time I try to add writing to a drawing, I don't usually like it. But this writing has the perfect font to match the art. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, font and text can be tricky. Takes lots of practice. I had actually picked one at first that I didn't like either. I changed it. It's like it doesn't fit. So you got to think of it visually and not just add... and not only add text to it. Like, don't just write whatever. You got to think of it in the same way that you might be thinking of the image itself. Because it's also it becomes part of the picture when you do that, and so you do need to keep it in mind. Okay. It is about time for me to be done. Thank you all for being here. I had fun. I hope you did too. I'm gonna see who to raid on Twitch. If you liked what you saw or hanging out, don't forget to give a follow so you can find me again if you'd like. If you're interested in joining my art Discord, where you can share your own art if you draw or see what I'm up to, I'll post announcements of things going on. Then you can go there, find out. I also have different social medias you can follow. And if you're interested in hiring me to do some art for you, I do take commissions. Those are open. And there's some information there for basic info there. And then you can sign up that way, or if you're on the Discord, then shoot me a message there. Let me see. Oh, also this Friday, on the Discord, it says Saturday, but I'm changing that. This Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, I'm going to be doing Doodle Derby, which is when I'll take like limited commissions, like so people can tip like $1 and I'll draw for them for a minute. If it's $5, I drawing them for them for 5 minutes, and it just goes up. So $20 is 20 minutes, like that. That'll be this Friday, so in 2 days, Thursday, Friday, yeah. Now I'm going to see who to raid on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, you can come along for that. On YouTube, that doesn't happen, so I'll be saying goodbye to YouTube momentarily. But I gotta find it first, so I'll still be here for any ending questions and goodbyes. Misprint is streaming. Ooh, 200 follower celebration. I might rate him. So I'm gonna start that raid on Twitch. If you are here and you're gonna come along, here are some messages that you can say to let them know where we're coming from. There's one for subscribers and one for followers. Based on, basically it'll just depend on how many, which stickers you'll get to use is the main difference. So, with that, I will say goodbye. Thank you very much for being here. Again, I hope it was a nice time for you. I got some work done, and I hope to see you again soon. Talk to you later. Bye.